for joining us. A costly winter and a new classification for the city. Those were the topics up for discussion tonight at a West Lafayette City Council meeting. News 18's Brittany Tyner joins us now and reports not all council members were ready to move forward. Brittany?
Dan, the council voted a second and final time to transfer money from the rainy day fund to help pay for this year's harsh winter. But it wasn't a unanimous vote. Between sand and salt, overtime, potholes, and equipment repairs, it was a costly winter for the city. By a vote of 6-1, the council voted to move the funds. Mayor John Dennis says the city will transfer about $390,000. Some of that money will also go towards street work to prepare for another possible harsh winter. But Councilwoman Vicki Birch voted down the transfer, saying she thinks other funds should be used. She doesn't consider the harsh winter an emergency.
The rainy day fund is one indicator of a city's financial health, and I just don't feel we should be digging into it.
Our cash reserves are, for the most part, our savings. And our rainy day fund is sort of like, say interest earned on an account. I wouldn't want to ever construe that to be disposable income, but in the event of emergency, like this past winter was, our rainy day fund is specifically where we go to for that.
The council had its first vote on a change of classification from a Class 3 to a Class 2 city. The change comes after the recent annexation. According to Indiana Code, second class or Class 2 cities have between 35 and 600,000 residents. Dennis says it would give residents another city council member and force the city to redistrict. It would take away the position of clerk treasurer and create two positions of clerk and controller. He says it will also bring more state funding, but Birch voted down the change, saying she needs to know more about switching classifications.
What exactly are the funding opportunities specifically? I'm not hearing any specific. I just hear generalizations of funding from the state and funding from the feds. But what are they? What are the agencies, and what will the money be used for?
Oftentimes when they're trying to distribute funding throughout the state of Indiana, they go by classifications. It's not as though you are getting specific money because of the classification. It's just how you fall on the distribution list. So as a Class 2 city, we would be more competitive for funding because of the status.
As News 18 has already reported, there's some legal work left to do. The council is expected to vote a second time either at the July or August meeting. Dennis says the city needs to wrap up the process by November, a year ahead of the municipal elections. Tonight, the council